Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Grant Bergman.
And I'm Lute Croy, and you're watching episode 4 of the Chronicles. Tonight's top story focuses on flattening the curve. Since we began this quarantine in March, the focus of our nation has been on flattening the curve as the number of coronavirus cases have increased across the country. Well, tonight, we're going to be looking at another curve that's been flattened over the last month.
Yeah, Lou, I know this one. This one's pretty easy. I mean, it's obviously the recent drop in oil prices.
No, sir. No, sir. That is the number of people watching our show from episode to episode.
That's my fault.
That's okay. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to do that either. But so that's right, folks. With your help, we are reducing the number of viewers that we get each week. And if we keep up this pace, we will eliminate the Chronicles from the face of the earth in no time at all.
Thank you, guys. But in all seriousness, this is a good time to ask you guys to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the show.
Shameless plug right there.
Sorry. Yeah, shameless.
Moving on. In what is probably the most surprising news of the week, someone asked me what time it was in another Zoom meeting today.
In other news, Reedy's staff took Twitter by storm last week as they shared their talents with the world. We had musicians, jugglers, scooter riders, geographers, backflippers, and basketball players all join in on the festivities. We here at the Chronicles have no authority whatsoever, but we'd like to recognize our unofficial winner of the Reedy's Got Talent show. Congratulations, Miss Megan Courtney. I've never seen that, Lute. I've never seen anybody lick their elbow.
I didn't think it was possible. I think that was the whole thing. And it wasn't even a challenge. Like she just went for it.
Yeah. It's like she does it in her sleep.
With confidence. Look at how far away, like my elbow is 7 inches away from my face right now. That's all I got. I don't know.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it is. It's impressive.
Good job, Miss Courtney.
Way to go. Appreciate that. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we have another very special guest that you're not going to want to miss. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It is our pleasure to introduce you to theater extraordinaire, Mr. Ben Shurr.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Hey, Ben. Hey, welcome to the show. We are so excited to have you here with us. So starting off, just, hey, how you been holding up during this quarantine?
I've been doing pretty good, just doing my best to keep myself occupied. I printed off a bunch of pictures of the students so I could have them in my classroom, and they're all pasted literally right in front of me on a big wall that I have set up there. And other than that, I've just been finding some things to occupy time, watching some really cool concert videos online, writing some music. I've played a few shows virtually, invite everybody to come see it.
That's pretty awesome. Hey, do you ever just point at one of your students' pictures and tell them to sit down and shut up, like just to kind of get the cobwebs out?
Yeah, usually what I do, because it's all attached to a box, so I literally can knock the whole box over, wipe out the whole class in one fell swoop.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Here at the Chronicles, we do not condone violence. We're just making sure everybody knows that.
That's correct.
Paper, so.
Oh. Hey, we know you're somewhat of a Renaissance man. I know you kind of touched on this, but how have you been like keeping yourself busy while you've been stuck at home?
Well, I actually do a lot of gardening. I like to garden.
How's the pickle business? How's that going?
Pickle business is actually slowed down a little bit just because of the whole COVID thing, because we are trying to stay as minimally, doing our part. We don't want to go out a lot. And for us to do our pickle business, usually have to go to about 3 different stores to get the supplies.
Oh, wow.
So we haven't done that yet, but we are looking at options of getting cucumbers delivered to us. I actually am growing an entire garden bed of garlic, and I have a whole potted plant of dill. So when you start getting the pickles, it's going to be all fresh.
We're fired up about it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. All right, Ben. So we got a few questions for you that we'd like to ask, if that's okay. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. Don't put too much effort into these. We're just trying to get to know you a little bit.
Got it.
So number one, if peanut butter wasn't called peanut butter, what would it be called?
I had a thought, but I can't say it. I'll tell you in
Appreciate
the
that.
cut, in the edit.
Family show. Family show,
Family
baby.
show. I would say a legume spread.
Ooh, wow. I did not see that coming.
Hey,
Okay.
Renaissance man. Renaissance man.
Wow.
Gotcha.
All right. All right. I like it. I like it. All right, Mr. Shurr. What is the weirdest thing you've ever seen in somebody else's house?
Again, family show. Let me think. The weirdest thing I've ever seen in someone else's house.
You don't have to tell us whose house it was either.
No, I did see one time, like walking through, and they just kind of had one of those, like what you see in the horror films, like a jar with like an infant pig in it. And it was just like, okay. And it was just amongst other things. And it wasn't other weird things. It was just there. And I'm like,
Just randomly, like on my bookshelf.
yeah, I don't know. What to
Maybe
do
they were
about that. I'm just
pickling
going
it.
to keep walking. Well, you could add a little dill, a little red pepper, give it a little
Garlic.
zest.
Or was Miss Joanne like staging for an experiment?
True. Well, could be. I'm not going to say whose house I was at.
Oh,
For
I'm
sure.
sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry, Miss
Yes.
Joanne.
definitely. All right. Ben, and this should be an
Yes.
easy one for you, like
Got it.
with your background. If we were going to make a movie about your life, who would be the lead actor?
Well, RIP, but the person that I had actually gotten mistaken for many times was Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Oh, for sure.
Mm.
Yes.
especially after Twister came out. Everybody asked me if I was him,
Yes.
and I actually went so far in an airport that I signed an autograph, and then just walked away.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
And of course, he mentions Twister, which was set in Oklahoma, and it just comes full circle.
It is. Yeah,
The wind comes
Nice.
sweeping down the plane there.
They
I don't know if
do.
you're aware.
It does. Oh,
They
nice.
do.
Good musical theater reference. Proud of you.
Appreciate that.
Mhm.
All right, Mr. Shurr. If animals could talk, which species do you think would be the most polite?
The most polite animal species. A penguin.
He wears a tuxedo.
They're already dressed up. They're ready to go.
All right, then let's flip the script on that. Which one would be the most rude
Or the rudest, if you were
or the rudest?
grammatically correct.
I think it might be a tie. It depends on how you look at it. The first thought I had was a squirrel, but I also think a squirrel is very freaked out. So it might not be rude. It's just completely freaked out.
Oh,
But I would say probably the rudest is a pigeon. New York City pigeon. Those things they don't care at all whatsoever.
I knew there was a reason we brought Ben on the show.
yeah.
Like,
Because
This is
he's
gold.
got his answers have evidence.
There's
Yeah.
no doubt. Yeah, he was ready for that.
Yeah, you'll just walk through Central Park and they will look at you and they don't care. You move out of the way. They keep walking.
Throw you the proverbial bird.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Question number 5. So to
Got
wrap
it.
this up, I've got 2 statements that I just want to get your opinion on. Okay.
All right.
So here's the first one. Cereal is actually just a cold soup.
Truth. Just like a hot dog is a sandwich. Throwing that out. Start
Oh,
the
no.
argument.
Hey, Ben, did you get the script? That was question
No,
number 2.
I asked. Oh, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Is a hot dog actually just a sandwich?
It is.
Okay.
Yep. I'll stand by that.
I would say because the buns are connected, that's not a sandwich. But nobody asked me.
But if you have a meatball sub,
Buns connected.
it's connected, right? Everybody says it's a meatball sub sandwich, right?
No, sub.
Okay, so
Sub,
you're saying now a
sandwich.
sub is not a sandwich?
I'm not saying that, but I am not saying that.
Okay. Would you say a hoagie is a sandwich?
Ben, who's asking the questions here?
I have flipped the script, gentlemen.
I know.
Like
He
you
did.
said.
He actually literally flipped the script on us.
And I'm
I was
starting to
just
feel so
I was
sweaty.
just interested to see if you here. I know I'm a Yankee and I own it. If you know what a hoagie is,
I've seen it on commercials and I've heard it on,
Not-
stuff.
Just another word for a sub sandwich.
yeah, or it's a hoagie.
That doesn't help us. but
All right.
we're going to trust you on this one because we have no reference.
Okay, Grant, you got to move on. I can't.
Oh,
he stole the show.
that. Okay. Hey Ben, hey, seriously, thanks for being such a good sport. In all seriousness, pardon my lack of ability to read, we hear that you have an album in the works and it's coming out soon. Is that correct?
That is very much correct. And actually it was fitting today because I actually purchased everything. And so it is all finished. It is all paid for. And now it's going to print.
Well,
So
hey,
how long does that take for that to show up at your doorstep?
I believe I will have the actual physical CDs May 20th. I think that was the date they gave me.
So what's your genre? Like if you had to categorize your musical style, what would be your genre?
So it's really hard to say because I am influenced by so many things. But the album itself is very, I would say, very folky, bluesy country. It's very stripped down. It's 10 songs. All of them is me on an acoustic guitar. And then there's 2 songs that have other instrumentation in it. But other than that, it is literally just me.
All original pieces?
Yep.
Ben Shurr originals?
Yes, sir.
And you've been known to put on a little show at the rail yard, haven't you?
Yes. Yep.
Well,
I do it, play up there a lot. I actually play up there and I also run a music festival up there.
You know, Mr. Croy called you Renaissance Man. He was not messing around.
I'm not joking. This guy does it all.
Yeah. I'm intimidated at this point. So
you should be. Performing arts. We're not jacking.
I don't want to scare you all.
Too late.
That beard is intimidating.
Yes.
It's like a Viking.
It's its own thing.
Does it have a name?
Does it have a name? No. It only gains more power when my hair comes down. Then it's like full-blown Viking over.
I mean, but the beard, like, no joke though, the beard does have power because I've legitimately seen a T-shirt that Ben has worn that the screen printing is worn off right here where the beard touches it. Everything else is fine, yeah. But right here, the screen printing is worn off because of the beard.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that heavy.
You know, it's a burden I'm willing to carry, gentlemen. Like, you know.
And because
that's
it's red,
you are.
It's like a genetic mutation. So that may play a role in dissolving like screen print ink.
Yes. That's one of the many powers that gingers have that most people don't know. It's the power of their ginger hair and their ginger beard, for that matter.
Good point.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ben, we want to say thanks for coming on the show tonight, man. We know how much you do for our kids. We're super, incredibly grateful for educators like you. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for our guest, Mr. Ben Shurr.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Peace out.
See you later, sir. See you later.
Have a good one.
All right, Ben. See you, buddy.
Bye.
And welcome back to the show. Now, as we wrap up tonight's episode, we want to end on a little bit more of a serious note. This week is Teacher Appreciation Week all across the country, and we'd be remiss if we did not take a moment to salute all of the incredible teachers that we work with every day.
Absolutely. Our staff has been incredible throughout this whole Corona situation. We couldn't be more proud of each and every one of you guys at Reedy High School. There's no way that we could ever begin to show our true appreciation for the work that you do. So with that, to the teachers at Reedy High School and to the 18 other teachers all across the country that might see this tonight, we raise our mugs to you. Thank you for everything you do for our students.
Well, that is all the time we have on this week's edition of the Corona Chronicles. Thanks again for joining us. Tune in again next week, hopefully for episode 5.